Another episode of 5 Minutes with Mike. I am your host, Michael Beckford. And in today's topic, I'm going to keep it G. I'm going to keep it simple. WTF.
This is 5 Minutes with Mike, our news, our voice, and our opinion. With your host, Michael Beckford. Now stop, listen, and pay attention for 5 Minutes with Mike.
In today's episode of 5 Minutes with Mike, it's going to be unscripted, all right? I did not write the script, didn't write anything down. Only thing that's written are the commercials. And I've been doing these commercials for the past couple months now. Either way, it's unscripted because at the end of the day, I'm just tired. I'm getting sick and tired of being sick and tired of a lot of junk, a lot of crap that's happening in this world. And 5 Minutes with Mike is sponsored by The Sex Tour, which is available now. The wait is over. The Sex Tour is available now for download on Amazon.com. Link is in the description below. Now, let's get back into the episode. Number one, there is so much going on in this world since I last published my episode dealing with Candace Owens. If you don't know about the episode dealing with Candace Owens, definitely go back to the episode. It is the previous one. There's so much going on. You got a kid getting offed 90-something times. Basically, I said, got shot 90-something times by off-duty Chicago police officer, and just gone. Black kid, of course, because, at the end of the day, we don't see none of this stuff happening to the Chinese Americans, which, they got the anti-Asian hate bill, but there's more hate against black people than white on rice, all right? So we got, you never see the Arab Americans or what this is happening to. I never see them front page on the newspaper. But every single month, and right now, honestly, it's killing season going on right now because it's the summertime. A lot of kids are doing what they're doing, and a lot of unfortunately those in the blue and whites are more antsy than any time. It's hot, fever pitch is high, so it's kind of like it's black folks getting offed type of season. This when you start seeing that, unfortunately. And so he got a kid in Chicago, great kid. I don't know his whole history. I'm not going to paint him out to be an angel. But either way, at the end of the day, he should still be here today. So what WTF, man. WTF, I'm sick and freaking tired of being tired of it. Every time. No other racial group gets discriminated, knocked down by the police other than blacks. All right? Let me just put it very plainly. No other racial group gets knocked down by the police other than blacks. What else we got going on in the world? Number two. Everybody knows by now, Iran launched a retaliatory strike against Israel. Mind you, although some people try to frame it as something else, Iran basically retaliated against Israel, launching particular strikes on their particular embassy. And it's like a sovereign territory. All right. So even though the embassy was in, I believe, Syria, it was still Iran's territory because it's their embassy. And it's always been commonplace upon nations to not F with somebody else's embassy because it can happen to your embassy where you are. All right. The United States knows this, but yet we give Israel a pat on the back. It's okay. It's okay. We understand why you did it. No, you don't supposed to do that. So Iran, who now is being painted as the aggressors, but they were only reactive, right? They struck. Now, honestly, the strike that Iran did, for the most part, I think it was all theater for the most part. Now, you may say, hey, you get 300 drones and missiles and stuff coming at you and feel like you are in theater. You got something else coming for you, buddy. Well, here's why I say I think it's theater. Because Iran gave America, the Turkish, almost everybody 72 hours advance notice of the strike that was coming, okay? So who really wants to do some damage, like real damage? Like, it's like the dope boy that's about to spray up a neighborhood saying, hey, yeah, you know what? I'm going to tell your grandma, before I come, I'm going to let her know 3 days in advance not to be there because, I'm just trying to get you. No, the D-boy don't care who's in the house. If he got if it's a rivalry, and he don't care, he coming to spread up. It's his competition. So yeah, and not only that, here's the other thing. What they decided to use was another thing. Iran didn't send out its fighter jets. They didn't send out its other muscle that they have. Some people trying to play with it. They sent drones that like anybody can see. It took 5-6 hours for those drones to get there. So it's like, okay, we're sending it over to you, but in reality, we know you're gonna get it. Why? Because Iran also is no dummy. They know that Israel has the Iron Dome, and of course, a partner like the U.S. The Iron Dome effectively, basically gets weapons out of the sky. It shoots the weapons out of the sky to protect themselves. It acts sort of like a shield. All right. So, by the way, also, Iran was not targeting civilian communities. They were specifically going towards targeting military, government type of institutions and bases in Israel. Now, am I saying it was right for Iran to quote unquote target Israel? No, but it wasn't right for Israel to target Iran either, because basically you attack somebody's embassy, you to attack this sovereign territory. And I heard recently on Piers Morgan show, one of the particular guests that was on the show said, well, it shouldn't have been a military personnel in an embassy anyway, because that's against the treaties, blah, blah, blah. Listen, how many embassies have U.S. soldiers in there? Yeah, I'll wait. All of them. All of them have U.S. soldiers. One of the key parts was when everybody got mad when the situation happened so years ago with Hillary Clinton. They were using U.S. soldiers there, so they can't give me the wired military inside an embassy. Well, hey, to protect it. That's one reason. So it's just so ironic how these just WTF guy. And number 3. The United States of America is two-faced. So I think that a lot of people know this, and a lot of people starting to see this now, especially when we look at the contrast between the Ukraine and Israel. We're like, on one hand, like, yeah, go against the empire of Russia, Ukraine, but because Russia's committing humanitarian situations for the Ukrainian people. But on the other hand, hey, we stand solid with you, Israel, as you commit basically a genocide against the Palestinian people. Like, which one is it? Either you're going to be a good guy, whether it's your friend, foe, or partner, or you're just the devil in a different dress. Make up your mind. But one thing for sure that I think people are starting to see and realize, that United States has no backbone against nations like China, North Korea, and others by claiming that they're so, pro-humanitarian, pro-human rights, when we're seeing one of the greatest human rights crises that's happening right now in Palestine. All right? WTF. And we here as Black Americans, we already know how to get to the get down. We are virtually living in a police state. We have the slave patrols, once again, that are going around rounding people up. In New York City is an example, but going around, especially and also Florida, because Ron DeSantis has lost his mind and he has all of the Republicans to back him up in Tallahassee. But at the end of the day, you have a police state. But United States has been so good at its propaganda, like, go, work hard, go get that that white picket fence, and you'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. Dude, it's a travesty. It's two-faced. We spend more money on our military than anything else, than any other nation combined. Think about that. Two-faced. Two-faced. Anyway, enough of my rant. WTF. And the Sex Tour Volume 2 is available now for sale on Amazon.com. Download your copy. Support me. Download your copy. And like and subscribe this channel. 5 Minutes with Mike is copyright 2024 by the Michael Beckford Media Group, LLC. Thank you for listening and watching.